Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Fix Morning Show. I'm Tony T here with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Giving out live free picks for today's card. And, of course, today's show, we have a couple here from the NFL. Also, a 15-game card here from Major League Baseball. And, guys, make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it. And, of course, lots of picks on the show today. Looks like I might be flying solo unless somebody happens to chime in late there. But, again, appreciate everybody's contributions here to the show, as well as you folks here in the chat. Hit that like and subscribe button. We greatly appreciate that. And Sandro, there you go here with the UFC results yesterday. Han in the chat today. Blake, as always, low there. Old Gaffer in there as well. That's right. Hit that like and subscribe. All greatly appreciate that. So we'll get to the games here because looks like I'm going to be flying solo on the show today. Back from Vegas. That bash was a bash. Had a great time up there. I mean, a lot of the folks, a lot of people out there. Who watch us here on our channel and more. So let's get the show going here, guys. Today we got a couple from the NFL. Jaguars and Saints. We see the Jaguars here laying about 2.5 or 3, total 41. Bills and the Bears. The Bears are favored at home 3. There's some 2.5s out there in that one today. Let's see what DK has this one at. I got to adjust my screen here to see what we got. Look like DraftKings going to be 2.5 in that game as well. So I'll tell you here what I think about these games. You guys can chime in with your picks as well. In this Jaguar game, I'm going to be looking to take in the points here with the Saints. Jags will play their starters. The starters played just one series last week and led to a field goal. Offense, though, had a really poor week of practice with a lot of miscues, a lot of drop balls there. New Orleans, well, they've been really non-committal about starting their plays. We know that the rookie Shaw, will start at quarterback, Tyler Shaw, who's pushing Spencer Rattler for that quarterback position there. Starting job there in New Orleans. Looking at behind Shaw, Rattler and Hayner, Nick Mullins, John Wolford, and Seth Hennigan will back up Lawrence. Secondary injuries to me be a bit of a concern for the Jaguars here. The Saints, receivers and running backs pretty healthy, as well as their backups on the offensive line. So I'll take the points there with the Saints there. All right, we'll take a look here at this Bills and Bears game. Bills injuries on the receiver position, second string left guard, center, and right tackle banged up. Starting middle linebacker is questionable there. Backup Case Keenum for Chicago is injured here, may not see the field today. And 2 of their top 3 centers are banged up. And there are several injuries at the corner on defense here for this Bears team. Chicago going to play their starters after sitting out last week. Bills have yet to decide as of who if their players will get time today on the field. They did have a joint practice there on Friday with the Bears. Mitch Trubisky and Mike White are behind Josh Allen at quarterback. Shane Buechele is the 4th option there for Buffalo. There is a battle for the backup job to Allen, by the way. The Bills were able to move the football effectively with their backup quarterbacks last week. Allen didn't play last week, and they were able to get the job done offensively. They moved the football effectively with their backups, and they did put a strong emphasis on improving the defense in this week's practice. Matter of fact, when you look at the Bills' backup quarterbacks last week, they combined for 27 of 38 passing for 341 yards. So I'll take the points there with the Bills. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Fix Morning Show. We'll turn our attention over to Major League Baseball. But first, let's take a look here at any pitching changes or any of the injuries that we might have. And weather coming into this Sunday here. All right, looking here at just taking a quick browse here at some of these pitching matchups. Look like Eric Fetty will go today for Atlanta. He was scheduled to go a few days ago, but he was scratched to come in for the pit start today for Atlanta as they take on Cleveland. And let's see what else we have here. Martin and Bergert for the White Sox. Thomas Hatch expected to start for Minnesota today as they host Detroit Tigers. That line hadn't been available for some time. Let's see if they finally got a line on that game with Detroit and Minnesota. And it looks like Detroit will be favored on the road about $1.39 there against Minnesota today. Let's see. Kristen Javier will make a second start here for Houston, coming back from the injury. And it looks like Andrew Heaney will be the bulk pitcher today for Pittsburgh as they take on the Cubs and Assad. And at last check, the wind was blowing in today in that one. And for the Diamondbacks, Nabil Crismatt will get the start as they face the Diamondbacks here on this Sunday. And let's see here if there's any other changes here. I don't see any. Of course, just take note here, Seattle and New York Mets. It's one of those gimmick games. They're going to play that in home of the Little World Series. Williamsport is what they'll be playing this one. There, Kirby against Holmes. This game, Sunday Night Baseball, we played in Williamsport, one of those gimmick games tonight. All right, so let's get to the baseball here. I'll get you. We'll do 3 blocks of 5 here in this Sunday morning. We'll start it off here. Early start here between the Phillies and Nationals here. We got the Phillies about $1.90. Total sits at 10. And we got the Marlins and Red Sox here. The Red Sox 240, total 8.5. Rangers and Blue Jays. It's the Blue Jays $1.15, total of 8. Brewers and Reds. We got the Reds here $1.09, total of 9. And then we'll close this block with the Braves and Guardians. It's the Guardians about $1.23. Total sits here at 9. That should be a fun game there, indeed. Twins. So we think we gave you the question, the starter there. Thomas Hatch, we believe, will get going here. So looking at that Nationals Phillies game, I'm going to go under the total here. Phillies, just the bats have gotten cold here. What the heck is going on? I mean, you should be pounding this national pitch down, but they're not here. 2-8 over their past 7 games, but the bullpen has been sharp for the Nationals. Of course, Noble last pitched May 14th due to a rib injury. Nats hit just 243 at home. Philadelphia, 15-4 the under in their past 19 against an NL team with a slugging percentage of 400 or lower. We'll take Philadelphia, Washington under the total of 9.5 in that game. Marlins and Red Sox. I'm going to come in with the Red Sox run line. Junk in his past 5 starts going the other way. An ERA near 7. Crochet 11-day starts. ERA under 2. Marlins bullpen's been hit a little bit over the past 28 games near an ERA near 5. Boston 11-2 the run line over their past 13 against losing teams. That's a 9-unit return. I got to look at Boston run line in that one. Rangers and Blue Jays, to me, probably the toughest game to pick. I'd have to look at Toronto in that one based on their bats right now. We know how strong Eovaldi's been. Listen, this guy's a Cy Young candidate for no reason. He's been pitching well. But again, Texas hitting just 226 over their past 27. The Blue Jays been hot. The Texas bullpen's also in poor current form. Blue Jays in the better form. But, man, look at Toronto at home here. 16-4 in their past 20 home games. Texas 10-19 on the road against winning teams, losing about 8 units. And to me, the toughest game to handicap, I look at Toronto in that one. Got to come in with the Braves. Got to come with the Guardians. I just can't back Fedde. To me, Fedde's a fade. Fade. I'm going to go Fade here. Atlanta 234 batting average on the road. Fade in his past 9 starts, ERA over 9. Allen in his past 10 starts, ERA 3.75. The Braves bullpen over the past 27, ERA over 5. Atlanta 6-16 on the road in their day games this year, losing 15 units. So I'll look at the Guardians in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Morning Show as we continue on here with this. We'll go to the middle block. Yeah, Williams Park should be an interesting their game. It will be Hatch. Yeah, I do agree with it with Ron Hahn. We got JM coming in here with some of his player props. And, of course, we're waiting on Lance Lynn to get that September call-up, but they got to pay him. I think the word out he won't work for less than $8 million a year. So you got to pay him. Of course, you have to do the math, and it'll be a 1-month salary. But you got to figure he's going to want at least $8 million a year for 6 months of work. You probably want $1.25 million for 1 month of work. I don't know if someone's going to pay him that. So that's good. That's tough to say. All right, got some NFL there for those folks out there that are into football right now in those drafts. There you go. All right, let's continue on here and move on to that middle block because we're starting to see a lot of red on my screen. We're starting to see some line moves. Jump to the under right now. Pinnacle moves from 8.5 to 8. So there's been a big play here on the under in Texas and Toronto. We just saw Toronto get stymied from a really top-flight pitcher not too long ago. The name escapes me right now, but they faced a real top-flight pitcher and got stymied. That might be the concern here with Toronto is maybe when you face those top of the line pitchers, they may struggle in those games. So we've seen that big move of the under now, Texas and Toronto. And what else do we have here? I'm seeing red all over the place here. Looks like, wow, the Reds getting money in that one. Wow, we'll get to that one in a second here. Reds and Brewer game. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's get to the next series of games. I should have said that I do like the Brewers in this one here. Brewers were minus 105 last night, and today we're looking at Brewers about plus 108. So the line has moved quite a bit here on this Brewer game. It's minus 105. Money coming on Cincinnati, minus 120, minus 122. So will this the game when the streak gets broken? We'll see. All right, here we go here with the middle block. Yeah, they threw it away in that one yesterday. We got Orioles and Astros. We got the Astros $1.39, total 8.5. White Sox and Royals. We got the Royals $1.45, total 9.5. Tigers and the Twins. It's the Tigers $1.39, total sits here at 9. Yankees and Cardinals. It's the Yankees $1.42, total of 9. The block ends with Pirates and Cubs. It will be the Cubs here $1.80, total sits here at 7.5. I'll tell you what I think here about some of these games here. Let's see what we got. Let's go. Okay, White Sox, Royals, I'd have to lean here. The White Sox at the big price, so they have not had success in this series. They are hitting 258 over their past 25 to me, and their bullpen has been rock solid. Look at their past 25 games, ERA of 2.78. As a road dog at this price range, the White Sox 6-6, returning about 1.5 units. So I'll look at the White Sox here. Casey at this price range, 7-10 is a home favorite plus of -125 to -175, losing 8 units. I'll look at the White Sox in that one. Also, Tigers and Twins, can only look at the Tigers. We're seeing a little improvement here from Paddock. Minnesota just not hitting. Look at this past 6 games, $1.43. Paddock in his past 5 starts, ERA of 4.05. That's good for Paddock. You keep it there, I'll back you, right? The Twins bullpen ERA 4.62 at home against these poor scoring teams. The Tigers 24-13 on the road, facing an AL team averaging 4.4 runs per game or fewer. That's a +9 unit return. I'll look at Detroit in that spot. And continuing on here in the baseball, Orioles and Houston Astros. I'm going to take the Astros here. Creamer's numbers have not been strong on the road this year. ERA 5.5 in his 14 road starts against right-handed starters. Baltimore 17-29, losing 10.5 units. Their home day games this year, Astros 12-5, returning almost 6 units. Orioles just 226 batting average on the road. I'll take Houston in that one. Yankees and Cardinals. I've been on the Cardinals every game of the series. Hasn't worked out. I'll be on them again today. And I'll look at the Cardinals here. Warren in his 12 road starts, ERA 6.5. Michaelis' numbers have been better at home, ERA 3.56 in his 11 home starts. St. Louis bullpen has been outstanding over their past 26 games, ERA under 3. As against these good bullpens this year on the road, Yankees 16-26, facing a team with a bullpen whip of 1.35 or lower, losing 15.5 units. Against righty starters, the Cardinals this year 27-13, returning 13 units. I'll look at the Cardinals here at the plus price. And Pirates and Cubs, I'm going to come under. Wind blowing in. We've seen unders come in a lot. And matter of fact, Cubs have gone under now at home in 7 straight. Pittsburgh 22-13 of the under on the road against winning teams. So I'll look here at the under in that game. Pittsburgh hitting just $1.74, and they're 18 on the road against the divisions. Cubs in very poor hitting form right now. 206 batting average over their past 6. And Ledzinski, past 14 appearances, ERA of 2.70. So I will back the under in that one between the Pirates and the Cubs. Just want to make sure it still says wind blowing in. It was as last time. It looked like Andrew Heaney will be the primary pitcher, though, in this game, with Ledzinski likely opener. 10-mile-per-hour wind. Those wind blowing in games have been going under for the season this year, as we've talked about. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Ready to close out baseball here with these final 5. Let's take a look at a chat before we get to the game. Shout out there to everybody up there. Let's see. Yeah, the bananas have been selling out. They have been. The tickets are cheap, too. It's a good family entertainment. Yankees have been they've been getting it done in this series. Let's see, Lance Lynn, Reds blew that one away. They sure did. What else we got? Andujar keeps putting money in the pocket. Tigers running a half personally there. Yeah, the Tigers got the better hit. They better get the bullpen straightened out, though. That's what I worry about with the run line there. I didn't want to do. We'll get to the Arizona game here in a second. Heen dog for the under. Yeah, Heen dog. I'll back him there. Yeah, it's the wind blowing in, guys. It's just the fact that we're seeing winds blowing in, that's been the angle for me, and it's working. All right, here we go. Closing out baseball with these final 5 on the card. They will be Diamondbacks and Rockies here. We got the D-backs at $26 total here of 12.5. That was a wild one last night. My God. Angels and Athletics. Angels favored $1.15, total of 10. Good luck. Rays and Giants. Boy, this Rays finishing with a 12-game road trip. That was in 4 cities. And they've been doing well at the back end of it, winning games. And that's just the Giants have been pathetic. Giants $1.45, total now down to 7. Padres and Dodgers. The Padres, the LA Daddies. I'm going to call them the Daddies whenever they face the Padres here. The LA Daddies here, $1.33, total 8.5. Mariners and Mets. This is your gimmick game. This game they played at Williamsport, the World Series spot. We got the Mariners favored now up to $1.25, $1.20. Total sits here at 8.5 in this gimmick game. So let's take a look here what we think about this. D-backs and Rockies here. This line was cheap on Arizona, and it's still cheap. So I'll take them in this spot. Arizona bullpen has shown pretty good form. Past 26 games, ERA of 3.87. Rockies over that span, ERA over 7. So I'll look at them in this spot. Rockies are just 6-15 at home, facing these power teams that average 1.25 home runs per game or greater. That's a minus 6.5 unit loss. I'll look at Arizona there. Angels Athletics, back on Athletics again. This Angels team, what did you expect was going to happen? They got, after sweeping the Dodgers, they can't get a win against the Athletics in the shelter. LA hitting 221 in their 36-day games. Athletics past 26 games hitting 273. Athletics bullpen in better form. And, of course, when the Angels are favored, right? They're favored here minus the $1.50 over their past 1+ season. Angels 1-13 favored in this price range, losing 14 units. That's the Angels we know and love, right? That's right. They're celebrating the World Series. We're going to put banners up there at Anaheim Stadium. We swept the Dodgers 6-0 versus Dodgers in 2025. That's going to be the banner hung at Angel Stadium. They're going to post that next first game at the homestand. They're going to have a banner night to put up that 6-0 against the Dodgers this year. That's going to go up at Angel Stadium. Then, of course, they go back to, and of course, they get swept here. Probably going to get swept against the Athletics. That's who they are. Rays and Giants here. I got to take the Rays. I'm not backing the Giants. You got to be out of your mind. I know it's Logan Webb, but this is not the Logan Webb we've known and love of late. He's been struggling here. When you look at the numbers, you just can't just back Webb without looking. You just can't back any pitcher without looking at their numbers, guys. You got to look at Webb. Rays hitting 263 against right-handed starters. San Francisco in their 53-day games, 220 batting average. Now here it is. Webb in his past 5 starts, ERA over 5. That's not the Webb. It has not been the Webb we know and love. The Rays bullpen in very good form over their past 26 games, ERA of 2.89. And listen to this one. Their past 20 at home, San Francisco, 4-16, losing 16 units. Hell no way I could back San Francisco there. The Rays, 12-9 as a road dog of +125 to +175, +7.5 unit returns on the 12th game of a 12-game road stand. Give me the Rays. They've been winning. They've been winning here in this one. So I've never seen a road trip this long. I can't remember ever seeing one. I thought the union would let them play more than 3 cities, but longest road trip in MLB history. Okay, let's see what the longest road trip has been in MLB history because I'm very curious here. Let's see what the AI says. Okay, what the hell is this? The longest road trip in MLB history was a 26-game, 28-day stretch undertaken by the Astros in 1992. Wow. So I've never seen this one. Okay, in 1992, the Houston Astros had a 26-game road trip taking part over 28 days because the Republican National Convention was being held in the Astrodome. So the Astros played 26 straight games on the road in 1992. So there we go. So there's the answer to that one. My goodness. All right. So that's your longest homestand. It went from July 27th to August 26th. So that was the longest road trip in Major League Baseball history. I thought 12 was bad, but how about a 26-game road trip there, Houston Astros? I don't know how the hell the union allowed that, but they did. So there you go. If you were just wondering what the longest trip was in baseball, there you go. All right. It's unbalanced schedule there. That's right. Ain't no way I'm back. Yeah, I could not back San Francisco even with your money there. I can tell you that right now. But, yep, interesting note. All right. Let's continue on here. Padres, Dodgers. Give me the LA Daddies. They're the Daddies when they face the Padres. Give me the LA Daddies here. This number's come down. Was 147, 150 yesterday. It's come down to 135. I think the Daddies get it done here against the Padres. Darvish in his 4 road starts, ERA over 7. Glasnow has been strong here at home. San Diego 14-22 on the road, facing winning teams, losing 3.2 units. Now, where's the power with San Diego, right? This the biggest issue. All they do is give Tatis hell on the Padres podcast. You listen to some of the Padres podcasts, all they do is give him hell. So because he's not hitting home runs. So the Dodgers now 18-2 at home, facing teams that average 0.9 home runs per game or fewer, with a plus 13.5 unit return. The Padres' power is out. There's a power outage in San Diego, and most of it's Tatis. Give me the LA Daddies here in this one. And, of course, the Mariners and Mets, the gimmick game. I'm taking the Mets here. This is to me, this plays like a home game. I don't see any Mariners fans buying tickets to go to Williamsport. I could definitely see these Met fans buying tickets to go down into Williamsport. A little momentum built. They're hitting the ball a little better. I'll give you some stats here a little bit here about this Mets team. But, again, Kirby on the mound, Holmes for the Mets. The Mariners just not hitting over the 28 games. That's 218. You know there's a lot of road games in that 28-game stretch. 218 batting average over their past 28. New York has improved over the past 6 games hitting the baseball. Kirby, 7 road starts, ERA 4. Seattle, 19-24 on the road, although it's a neutral site game. But I think it's going to play more like a road game because I could see the Mets filling up that Williamsport Stadium there. Because, listen, you're near New York. You can see the World Series, Williamsport, a lot of history there. I wouldn't be surprised if that's nothing but Mets there today in this one. Like we saw with that Atlanta game, right? We saw that gimmick game in that Motor Speedway. That was all Atlanta. Atlanta got the win in a suspended game. That was their home team in Tennessee. I don't know how the hell they made that a Cincinnati home game because that was definitely Falcons. I'm sorry, Braves territory there. Let's see here. We talked about Kirby's Road. We talked about Seattle get terrible against right-handed starters on the road. The Mets. Well, they're not home in this game, but again, I'm going to call it a home game for them. They're 14-6 at home, facing teams with a 540 to 620 win percentage, a plus 6.5 unit return. Intimate stadium, a lot of Met fans. They'll go nuts. I'll take the Mets in that one. All right, let's see what they're saying out there. Here, that's right. I got the fun facts for you guys there. I was just curious when I saw Tampa Bay on a 12 game. I didn't think it was even possible to do that these days. Yeah, Darvish has not been good, although he's got a couple of good starts in there, but I just think the Dodgers own him. They'll see here at the Mets plus, Mets there minus half run. Can't argue that one in the first 5. Kirby over 2.5 earned runs plus 110 there. So there you go. Mets maybe showing some life here. Life with the bats. They haven't hit the ball pretty well of late. All right, we got you through our sports. I'm not a WNBA guy, so unfortunately you're gonna have to check out the CFL for that. I'm sorry, our YouTube page for that. Let's get to the parlay segment. I'll look at a game here, a couple of games here. I'll give you as a parlay. Let me get it together here, see what I want to do. And I know of 1 game, 2 games here. What was the other one that I had marked here? Yeah, it's going to be them. It's definitely going to be them. It's okay. Here's the 3-team parlay. Pirates, Cubs under. Give me the Athletics, and then give me the Dodgers there in that 3-teamer. All right, guys. You have to have no faith in the Mets. Well, I know it's tough too, but Mariners are slipping as well. I got to look at the Mariners side. All right, guys, we went through that. Gave you the parlay peripheral, guys. Always make sure you hit that link in the description. That's going to take you right over to Tony'sPicks.com YouTube channel. We have a lot of content up there. The best premium plays from all of our top performing cappers up on the site. Let me share the screen up here with you guys. See what we got rolling. Scroll down, you can see all the top performers on our site over at Tony's Picks channel as well there, so check it out. Lots going on there. I've got today over at Tony's Picks, I've got a 3-pack as well as a best bet on the board, so make sure you guys check into Tony's Picks, get my plays. I have a great year in Major League Baseball. I am the top unit. I'm pretty sure I am the top, unless someone had a monster day yesterday. I'm pretty sure I'm a top unit performer in baseball this year. Give myself a hoot here. What do I got in baseball this year? 35 units in baseball this year, top of the leaderboard. There, Mill's having a great year. Ramon as well. So is Sean there. So check me out over at Tony's Picks. I got a 3-pack as well as a best bet on the board coming off a 4-0 day yesterday, but that wasn't top of the leaderboard. Going 4-0 didn't take me to the top of the leaderboard. How do you like that? Ron Crawford, Ron Hahn, Nick Lagaretto's up there on the top of the leaderboard, guys. But I got a 3-pack up there, 2 baseball, 1 NFL on the 3-pack, Major League Baseball for the best bet. So 4 premiums. You may consider getting that long-term pass, 3, 7, or 38 pass. Remember that 1-month pass. Get you my plays here. NFL, college football into play. College football week 0 starting Saturday. So we're already in college football week mode starting tomorrow. So a lot going on, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications. By the way, guys, if you ever miss a show, just head on over to our YouTube channel. It says right there, Tony's Picks YouTube. Just type Tony's Picks YouTube in the search engine. You'll find it. You want to see a replay of our live show, just hit the live tab. You can see it replayed there for you there, the live show running. Also, we have a members feature. If you guys would like to support us, we give you early access to videos as well as a way to support us here on the channel for the work we put in. And, of course, don't forget the happy hour Monday through Friday. Rod hosts at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So, guys, make sure you check that one out if you would. And, of course, a lot more great content here on the channel. Hit the video tab, and you will find Chris's home run props, my deep dives from NFL football. We got deep dives here for Major League Baseball. WNBA 2-3 zone here with today Ramon and Justin on that 2-3 zone. So check that out. Very popular video series is our 2-3 zone. So check it out, guys. Like, subscribe, set those notifications. Hit the short tabs. You'll also find more content on our short tabs. Looks like our man Ryan Biller and, of course, El Nino is coming in with his shorts. So, guys, lots of great content on our channel. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. All right, guys, we're with you here Monday through Friday here on the every day on Tony's Morning Show. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. All right, let me just give another swing through the chat, see what's going on here in the chat. Thanks a lot, Richard, for those kind words. Run Han with the Phillies, game under, Brewers, money line, Tigers. That's a 3-team parlay there. Cam Ward's horrible. Yeah, I did not have the greatest look yesterday in the preseason. What did I tell you guys about Stetson Bennett? Stetson Bennett, I still think he's the quarterback of the future for the Rams. We'll see if that plays out. Garoppolo, I think, is just a piece there to back up Stafford or back up Stetson Bennett when he's ready to take the reins over with the Rams at starting quarterback. All right, that's going to do it for the show. We're back Monday. Looks like a 13-game card. Cubs and Brewers tomorrow in a doubleheader. Just a note there, Cubs and Brewers doubleheader tomorrow, and a total of 13 games counting that doubleheader. We'll be back on the show tomorrow with more content. We'll also have Monday Night Football for you here, as there is a Monday night preseason game on the schedule here for Monday, as it looks like we will have Bengals and Commanders. Looks like Bengals a 3-point favorite on the road, total 43.5 there. So make sure you tune into that. All right. Palmer here. Brian coming. Brian's been on the leaderboard. You've seen him up there. Blue Jays, Rays, and Mariners money line there from Brian Palmer. All right. That's going to do it for the show, guys. We're back again tomorrow. Thanks for everybody in the chat for helping keeping this show rolling. We're going to wave goodbye to you guys. You guys making a winning day. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony's Mixed Morning Show.